Another edition, Talkin Horse Racing, Jennifer Morrison, Jason Portwando. We're going to start things off a little bit differently this time because we've had a lot of requests from, viewers saying, what is the exact routine for a horse when they're going to go to the races?
That's right. I mean, people want to know. I mean, horses just don't magically appear on the racetrack. I mean, there's a whole long process, not just training, but we're going to actually follow a horse from the stall in the morning until all the way to the races and see how she does.
Hi, my name is Santino DiPaola. It's race day at Woodbine. We're in race 2 with Lyla D, and we're going to take you through the steps of how to run a horse at Woodbine. The first thing that's going to happen is my sister, Teresa, who's the groom. She'll go in there, she'll take off her blanket, she'll clean her up, pick her feet, tie her onto the wall, make sure she's nice and tidy and ready, and then I like to put the tongue tie on before the bit goes. It's so that their tongue doesn't go over the bit, so that they don't stop breathing or flip their palate. Some people do it in the paddock. I like to do it over here where they're not high-strung and it's not going to be impossible to get on. And then the bridle will go on. We'll make sure everything's fitted. And we do like a 3-finger test, so really I'll put 3 fingers in between where her cheek goes just to make sure that it's tight enough, and that's normally about the level so the rider has enough pull against the reins. Make sure she's perfectly clean. I'll throw that blanket on and then she'll get a nice warm up. I like to back them up in the hallway just to make sure that their hamstrings are nice and stretched. She might even get a stretch in the hallway. And then we'll wait for our call. Jimmy, who's at the tunnel right as you go in, he'll give you a get ready call, which is I think roughly 25 minutes, 24 minutes. And then you get the 15-minute call. And then you'll get the 9-minute call. So maybe 2 laps, about 2-3 minutes after the 9-minute call, you'll head on over to the tunnel because we're pretty far away in barn 2 to the main track. When I had 12 here, I'd walk about 22 to 24 kilometers a day, doing 12 sets back and forth from the main, and if we ran 1 or 2, it'd be up there in the 30s. I walk over with all of mine, just in case something goes wrong or they need help, and it's happened in the past. I might have to grab the other side, just make sure everything goes smooth. We saddle Lyla D outside on the walk. It keeps her calmer. Her first race, earlier in the year, she had a bad experience. One horse actually flipped behind her, and the other horse flipped beside her, so it kind of boxed her in. Ever since then, she hasn't liked to go in the inside paddock. I tried it last time. She still was a little finicky. So today we'll be outside on the walk, which means I'll be saddling her completely on the walk. I'll have to do the undergirth, the overgirth, and she'll just keep moving so that she keeps her mind focused on business. The paddock judge, Mike, great guy. He'll come out and check her lip and make sure that the tattoo's right. He'll check her markings, and he'll give you the go-ahead. And he'll also stay out there to make sure that Sheena knows when she needs to be legged up. And then we go on from there. Our jockey today on Lyla is Sheena Ryan. Great jockey, very nice person, hard rider. She came by this morning, we talked about the race. Lyla last time was closer to the pace and she kind of shied away from horses. So today the game plan is kind of just let her break, get her feet under her. She's got the outside post. And I think she'll be making a run with Sheena. I tend to be a little bit superstitious. Like if I have one run in a bad race, I won't ever stand in that spot again. Normally standing on the rail, we've run decent. I know it sounds crazy, but you kind of think of these things and you find your spot and you get comfortable where you're supposed to be when they run well.
Minister Ireland will win after having got so far ahead, scores by 2 3/4 to 3 lengths.
That's a cool process. Truly a family affair. Only bad thing is she didn't fare that well in the race.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, she just got a little bit out of touch there. She's still learning the game, but you know what? With breeding like that, being a cousin of American Pharoah, come on. I mean, that filly's going to win one of these days, and I really appreciate the DiPaola family letting us invade their little area there and follow their horse to the races.
We'll keep an eye on Lyla D perhaps in the future. Speaking of wagering, we've talked about various ways to try and find a winner here at the racetrack. But, sometimes it's just nice to get a fresh view.
That's right. Well, you know what? It's back to basics, I mean, how many of us have been betting the races for years and years? We bring our family, and the first bet they make,
Happens
they
all
win.
the time. Yep.
So we met a young lady who's only been betting the races for maybe a year or 2.
Okay.
And she's got some pretty interesting insights.
Let's make a bet. Brought to you by HPI Bet. One of the great benefits of becoming an HPI Bet member is you get 1 month of free streaming of racing from around the world for just signing up. That's a $100 value. Plus, for a limited time, you can get $100 when you sign up and bet $100 in your first 30 days.
I am looking at the entries for race 3, 6 furlongs for $40,000. First thing I do is record the opening odds compared to the morning line. That's my first thing. It's a tell. It's a tell. It's telling you where the money's going, in the beginning at least. It's very exciting, and I bet very little. I really do. I take advantage of your 20-cent tickets. You know, I play my $2 exactors, I box them. The most I ever bet to win is $5. I don't go crazy, but I'm here every weekend, and I have a hell of a good time. Jesse Campbell is not in this race. He's in the next race. No, he's in the 5th. I bet him when he's at odds. If he's a favorite, I don't bet him. I haven't been in this game for very long, and when I first came here, I forget what number it was, but I bet his name for whatever reason on a long shot, and he won. And then just kept watching it, and it was continuously long shots. And I guess I read the stories now. It was because he had just come here, he was getting his way, you know, getting the trust, I guess. That's it, we're all in. I recruit people from work all the time. I really do. I tell them how exciting it is, it's fun, the food's good, the view is incredible. It's just a lot of fun. It's a great way to spend a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. You can't handicap if you don't know what you're doing, right? You pick a naming number, you teach them, okay, odds. Where were they last time? How did they run? What the distance is, what the class is. That's really what you have to logically look at, but you know, anything can happen. Wow.
Jen's Jam, brought to you by 2001 Audio Video, home entertainment experts since 1971.
For this show, I'm going to show you a horse who had some bad luck at a crucial part of a race last time, but a crucial part of a very long race, okay? So I'm just going to show you the beginning part. This is a 1 5/8 race, and the horse that we're looking at is the horse by the name of Bangkok. And this race is actually the prep for the Valedictory Stakes, which will be coming up on the very last day of the racing season at Woodbine. So here early in the race, we're gonna see Bangkok, and he's number 6 with the dark green and cream colored silks there. Beautiful position, got lots of horse. Jockey Emma Wilson is just biding her time. She knows it's a long race, and Bangkok loves long races. Now we're gonna pick the race up again as we go into the far turn, the final turn of this long race, where the running is really beginning now. Bangkok, who's been sitting in a great position, is now going to be moving into the crowd of horses. Everybody's making their move here. But when the horses bunch up, Bangkok gets squeezed out to the point where he almost stumbles and falls down. As you can see, Emma Jane Wilson here standing up on him, trying to make sure that he doesn't fall. A line of 4 horses is in front of him, and he has a horse on either side of him. It gets so crowded, his head goes up, and he loses all momentum. Now, with a horse like Bangkok, a long-distance horse, he doesn't have that quickness to recover and get back into the chance of winning this race. So the fact that he settled for 5th place, he still finished well, is reason enough to consider Bangkok a winner next time out in the Valedictory Stakes.
At the Barn, brought to you by Ontario Racing and OLG.
I'm Jordan Freeman, and I'm classified as a hotwalker, but I do a bit of it all here at Woodbine. A little bit of grooming, a little bit of walking, a little bit of betting. I work for Willie Armada. When I started out here, I worked for Darwin Banak, worked for him for a little while, and then I got a job offer from Willie, and it's been going real well ever since. True love of horses probably started how most people who get into horses, well, at least most men. It started with a girl, and all this girl did was horseback ride. So then I found out what stable she rides at. It was literally 15 minutes from my house, so I started going there and watching it. And I thought, well, this looks easy. And so fast forward the next year, I started taking a lesson or two. And then when it was grade 10, my parents gave me probably the best birthday gift they could ever give me, and probably the biggest mistake of their lives. They sent me to a riding camp, an overnight riding camp in Uxbridge. It's no longer around, but it was called New Era Farms. And from the moment I got on a horse there, and from the moment I got there, I was hooked. Because there's no feeling like being able to bond with a horse, being able to bond with an animal, and building that partnership. From that point on, I knew that I had to get into riding, and I knew that I wanted to be a jumper. For the last 6 or 7 years, I've been riding as a jumper, and it's been really cool. I mean, Right now I'm just at cross trails, but I'm hoping to get to the big jump soon. I recently graduated from Humber College for radio broadcasting. It's been hard to get a job in radio, so I thought, why not try and get a job with horses, do something that I love. And I had posted in a number of Facebook groups saying that I was looking for a job with horses, and Erica Smilovsky, who works over there, she reached out to me. She said, we have a groom's position. Well, I'm not very experienced at working with horses. I've only ridden them. So I wasn't really able to do that job, but they were training me to do hot walking, and I walked a few of their racehorses, largely just the pony, but they also had me doing some of the groom's jobs, you know, picking out the stalls, bedding them, brushing the horses, bathing them. You know, so I kind of got to learn it all, and now I'm really just honing in on my hot walking skills. But, I mean, ideally I would like to learn a bit of everything, because, I mean, of value is the person who can do it all. I've been coming to the track for years with my family. I had one of the coolest moments, I would say, of my life here. In 2010, I was here for the Queen's Plate, and I actually got to give the Queen flowers. My mother wouldn't let my brother come with me because she, I guess, didn't trust me, or she was quoted as saying he's either going to meet the Queen or get arrested trying. I figured the latter was going to be true, but it turns out that it wasn't. So I said, my brother's going to be so upset that I got to meet you and he didn't, and I'm going to bring him back later. And so sure enough, I brought my brother back, and what happened there was he actually got to stand on the red carpet and give her the flowers and shake her hand, and Prince Philip actually patted him on the back, which was wild. And it was definitely one of the biggest thrills of my life. I'm not sure if I'll always have horse racing, because when I get a job in radio, it's got to be that full time, but I will always have a space for horses in my life. I'm always going to try to keep up with my riding, or at least going and visiting horses. And you know what? When I get time off, absolutely I'll be out here, because I'm confident that there will always be a job for someone like me.
Jason Portwano, Jennifer Morrison, as we continue on with this edition of Talkin' Horse Racing, second floor here at Woodbine Racetrack. All season long, we've been pushing for more and more people to get involved in this great game of horse racing. We've got a great story for you of a father and a son who got together, and they've got off to a heck of a start in this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty fun story because they're both very young men, and you know what? They've bought a horse, claiming horse, with a trainer, and they're having so much fun, and oh my gosh, this horse is gonna be spoiled, okay? Look out.
Be an owner, brought to you by the Jockey Club of Canada.
Well, it started, I guess, a while back. My daughter's always wanted a horse. So it just so happened that Graeme plays men's hockey with Donnie, and neither one of them actually knew what they did for a living. And then when they discovered what they did for a living, Graeme called me and he said, hey Dad, he says, I think I found somebody that might be able to get us a horse. So that's how it started.
We watched a little bit, and I asked some innocent questions, and then it just turned out, I said, Donnie, we want to get into it. And he said, okay, I'm going to do my homework, and kind of Arthur was our first baby, so to speak. And so far, it's been amazing. Yeah, the thrill.
The claiming portion of getting Arthur was really interesting. I wasn't there, but Graeme and Alan were part of the pick. There was 5 people trying to claim the same horse. So.
Six actually. It was a 6-person shake, and we got him, which is already lucky to come out on top with a shake for a 6-year-old horse, right? So that everyone in the horse business saw something in this guy, and we were just fortunate enough to come out winning the shake with a little bit of good luck on our side. Wins the gray race for his first our maiden race in the business, and then follows up with a solid third in competition that's pretty fierce. So we can't be more than happy with the dude for sure. Well, I mean, we're already the hockey team, and then our businesses are closely correlated there. So we have a lot of time together for sure. This is just another thing that we can come and enjoy the successes that we've had thus far in life and continue going.
Well, I think the plan would be to see him one more time,
Yeah,
but again, that'll be seen today how he finished up, and whether Donnie can fit him into something that he likes, then we'll do it. If not, I guess Donnie will send him out for the winter to have a rest, and we'll come back again next year.
You can't believe this exists in the middle of the city. You got planes flying over, and then right over there, it's like you're in farm country. It's beautiful, and the people here are outstanding.
A minute and a half of watching a horse actually do its thing. It's pretty hard on an old guy's heart. I can't even read a program, to be honest. So I'm just here for the fun of it, and
Surround yourself with good horse
and let Donnie do his thing and enjoy the moment when they happen. Our business basically is all tropical fruit. Up home, my daughter's in another food business, so we're in the food business from
definitely.
start
We like
to end.
feeding people, for sure. And now we get to feed horses, so it's like it works together perfectly. Like we get bulk discounts on carrots, so we come and like the whole stable is eating carrots. Like they've never seen carrots this big before. No joke. There's about 700 pounds of carrots in our truck right now. Yeah, they're eating nice tonight.
Colton's corner, Carlos Sixes is trying to pick up the ground, and Colton's corner has won by 3/4 to Carlos Sixes and after pass.
Whoa! That's a big race. Those two are proving, you know what, sometimes it is okay to mix business with pleasure. Arthur's Pass finishing third in that most recent race, but it was meant to be. When you win a six-way shake, that's destiny.
Yeah, it's amazing that they managed to actually get the horse, considering so many other people wanted to buy it. And you know what? The little newspaper up there in North Bay has been putting their story in there all the time. They take pictures. Sure. You know what? They're having a great time. I just hope they keep having success and buy some more horses.
Oh, man. Making the game look easy.
Yeah.
Head to head, that's where we're going to head to next. We've got a good one for you here in terms of the matchup. A vet. He may be the first vet we've had on the show.
The first vet we've had on the show, for sure.
All right, so it's Daryl and John Mattine, good friends but turning foes for one day.
Yeah, I don't know who I would bet on in this matchup.
Head to Head, sponsored by the Canadian Thoroughbred Horse Society, providing assistance and representation within the thoroughbred breeding industry.
Ultimate showdown here between the vet and the trainer. Daryl taking on John. Now, maybe free vet bills if you win this thing? What do you think? No, what do you mean no?
We don't deal that way.
What do you mean?
We don't go that way. No, we don't
Oh
deal
my
that way.
God. And no Googling. Where's your phone?
I'm
Okay.
gainfully employed and I want to stay that.
Okay.
That's right, myself as well.
All right, well, the category is geography. Is that okay with you guys?
Oh, no. There, I'll see you later. Bye.
All right, no, let's go. Okay, question number one. What city in Australia has the biggest population? A, Melbourne, B, Brisbane, or C, Sydney? Biggest population. No looking at each other. Melbourne, Brisbane, or Sydney? Answers are Sydney and Sydney. You're both right. 1 for 1. There you go. Up to a good start.
Bravo.
What? Question number 2. What's the largest ocean on Earth? Is it A, the Atlantic, B, the Pacific, or C, the Indian? Biggest ocean on Earth. You got some answers from the crowd there. Atlantic, Pacific, or Indian? Let's go here. You're going to go Indian, you're going Pacific. It's Pacific. Oh.
Good job, Daryl.
All right, 2-1 for Daryl. Here we go. Final question. The Grand Canyon is located in what state? Is it A, Nevada, B, Arizona, or C, Portland? Grand Canyon, Grand Canyon. It's Reagan, Nevada.
Wait. Hang on. I know this one.
Let's go, Grand Canyon.
Yeah,
Nevada,
sorry.
Arizona, or Portland?
Yeah, what's Nevada again? Sorry.
Nevada is A, Arizona is B, and Portland is C. It's B.
What?
It's Arizona. It's B. It's Arizona. So it doesn't matter. You know what? You still win. You win. You win. It's 2-1. You still win. You guys are gonna look at. Now you guys are making me think. They're throwing me off now because.
I blew that one.
They're no, because no.
Isn't the Grand Canyon in
Are you
That's
sure?
what I'm thinking it is.
Sure? Which one did you think?
I said Nevada.
Yeah, I think it's Nevada.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I think so.
What a screw. No, well, it doesn't matter anyways.
Okay, so it's
You did
2-1.
2-1, and that was
Can
it.
Can we go for one more question just for the heck of it?
One more question?
Anything. Just Google anything.
Just Google. What do you want? One more?
Okay, one horse question. A horse question. Let's do a horse question.
This what an ending to the year. You would.
How about what was the Cisco Kid's horse's name?
Yes, that's a good one.
What's that?
What was
Cisco Kid.
horse of the Cisco Kid? What was his name?
Any Western horse-related question, ask him.
Okay.
He will get it. I guarantee you.
Well, okay.
let's
What
do this.
movie? What movie was it where the guy punched the horse?
Blazing Saddles.
You said he was gonna get it.
No, I'm talking about horses. Give any question with a horse in
Yes.
a Western. Anything. Think of it. Google it. Just Google it and watch this. He's going to answer it.
Gene Autry, Cisco Kid,
Okay.
Watch this.
What was Gene Autry's horse's name?
Champion.
Champion? Oh, so whose horse is Trigger?
That was Roy Rogers.
Okay, well, see, you do know it. Okay.
Cisco Kid. What about the Cisco Kid?
I don't know.
Punch it up. Google Cisco Kid.
Ready?
What?
Diablo.
Yeah.
Believe me, we've been through this before. We're
How
gonna.
about Dale Evans' horse?
Who is that?
Buttermilk.
You can't Google. He's better than
Can't
Google.
Google fast enough.
Better than Google.
No,
Okay,
because
guys.
I'm looking this up because now you guys make me feel
Why,
bad.
Nevada?
Yeah, because it's Arizona. It is Arizona.
Well, we tried.
It
We
is
tried. We
Arizona.
tried. We tried.
So now, do we even have an answer to this now?
Bye,
Oh my
guys.
gosh! After all this,
Thank you.
he won.
Daryl won.
Yeah, I know.
Daryl won.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right. The latest, brought to you by 2001 Audio Video Home Entertainment Specialist since 1971.
Breeders' Cup Classic champ Gunrunner will enter stud at Three Chimneys. He'll do so after an appearance at Gulfstream Park for the $16 million Pegasus World Cup. The likely horse of the year will command a first season fee of $70,000. Gunrunner, who's 11 of 18 lifetime, totaling just under $9 million, will prep for the Pegasus at the fairgrounds in New Orleans.
Advantage, and Gunrunner has gone into draw key of the final 16, and Gunrunner, a superb performance in the Classic. Gunrunner won it by about 2.5.
Dubai World Cup champion Arrowgate is also entering a new career, standing stud at Juddmonte Farms in 2018. North America's richest horse of all time, with over $17.4 million in earnings, will have a fee of $75,000 and apparently be restricted to 142 mares. The Grand Grey was the only horse this season to beat Gunrunner when he made that amazing recovery in Dubai.
A is for Arrogate, A is for Absolute Superstar, A is for Anointing. Have we seen the anointing of the man of war of the 21st century?
On a record-setting evening, which saw Songbird attract 9.5 million, multiple champion Tepin sold for 8 million at the Fasig-Tipton November breeding stock sale. The 2016 Woodbine Mile winner, trained by Mark Cassie for owner Robert Masterson, who's currently in foal to Top Sire Curlin, will join Coolmore in Ireland with an eye on Galileo for 2018. Former Canadian Horse of the Year Catch a Glimpse was also sold, going to Japanese interests for $3 million.
Turn them away, and she is going to make this her own personal playground. Tippin going on to win the Rico Woodbine Mile. Tara takes a second.
And how about jockey Gary Boulanger? He continued that sensational 2017 with a 4-win performance last Sunday. This year's Avelino Gomez Award recipient swept the first 3 on the day, winning with Magic Spell, Edisto Island, and Time is Everything. The highlight of the day, though, came later on the card when Boo captured his 4th aboard number 4, Gigantic Breeze, in the Grade 2 Autumn Stakes. The Grand Slam victory ended a 5-race run for Melmich and improved the gelding's bankroll to more than $385,000. That's the latest.
I don't know today. Gigantic Breeze in front, and Melmich trying desperately, but Gigantic Breeze is going to win. Gigantic Breeze has turned the tables on Melmich in the Autumn Stakes.
One show. Hello.
Oh, sorry.
One show left. But
All
you know
right.
what? I don't blame you for getting distracted. I love all the action here on the second floor.
Well, there was a couple of races coming up, and I, got to get the Christmas money.
Doesn't take much for you to get off the beaten path, right?
Yes, well,
All right.
it's a great game.
Can't believe one show left.
I know.
Anyways, we're going to head and make a few bets. What do you think?
Yeah.
Jennifer Morrison, Jason Portwando, another edition of Talkin Horse Racing. Thank you as always for the company. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, let's go. I can't wait. Let's
Hey, how's everything okay? All right,
let's
and we're
go
done.
to the bathroom.
Yes.